Good morning, all of you. So I hope you have quickly gone through the previous topics that we have discussed in the last class. So in the last class, we have seen what are the typical road patterns. Then what do you mean by planning survey? Then how surveying should be done, or sorry, how planning should be done? What are the different phases or what are the different stages in planning? And then you have seen what master plan is. Then again, in master plan, you have seen saturation system of road plan, and then based on target length of road plan. And then you have seen highway alignment. What is an ideal highway alignment? And then what are the factors that influence highway alignment? So in today's class, we will be seeing what are the road development plan and policies in India and the present scenario of road development plan in India as well as in Karnataka. So in this section, we will be discussing salient features of third 20-year road development plan, then salient features of fourth 20-year road development plan, then what is the present scenario of NHDP, that is nothing but National Highway Development Plan and Policies, and then PMGSY. What is PMGSY? Can anyone tell me what PMGSY is?
प्रधान मंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना.
Yeah, very good. So it's PMGSY. So we will see what is the current status of PMGSY. And then we will also see what's the present scenario of road development in Karnataka. So you have KSHIP and KRDCL. So what is KSHIP? Anyone? KSHIP. What is KSHIP? Anyone? So you are civil engineers, you have to look up for jobs in civil engineering. So you should be knowing the abbreviation of KSHIP and KRDCL.
And KRDCL is Karnataka Road Development Corporation Limited, ma'am.
Very good. Then
हम
what is KSHIP?
कर्नाटका स्टेट
Karnataka State Highway Improvement Authority.
Yeah, good. And then we will also see Road Development Plan Vision 2021. So obviously, since I'm starting with third and fourth, you should know that there is a first 20-year road development plan and second 20-year road development plan. So what we will do is in tomorrow's class, you will be preparing first 20-year road development plan and second 20-year road development plan. Randomly, I'll be asking anyone to explain what these two plans are. In your syllabus, only third and fourth is being covered, so that's why I'm covering only third and fourth. So third 20-year road development plan was aimed for the duration from 1981 to 2001. So this development plan was imbibed in Lucknow Road Congress in 1984, and this is also known as Lucknow Road Plan. So this road development plan was prepared keeping in view of the growth pattern that is found in various fields by the turn of the century, because after 1981 you have the millennium coming, right, to 2001 or 2000. So how the growth pattern in each sector, maybe it can be education or it can be industry, it can be infrastructure, it can be commercialization. So wherever or whatever field development is supposed to happen, so the growth pattern was forecasted, and then based on that the plan was prepared. So the aim was to have 12 lakh kilometers, and the density that was planned was 82 kilometers per 100 square kilometer of area. So if you have 100 square kilometer of area, for that 82 kilometers. So if it is 1 square kilometer, it should be 0.82 kilometers. So that was the road target that was aimed at. So the plan was had set the target length of national highway to be completed by 7th, 8th and 9th 5-year plan. So now you know that the 5-year plan has been scrapped. So this entire, or this, in 20 years, the 5-year plan that was coming up was 7, 8 and 9. So the target length of national highway has to be completed by the end of 7th, 8th and 9th 5-year plan. And there was one more important aim, one more important objective was there should not be any part in the country which is far away from national highway by at least 50 kilometers. That means all the villages or all the towns should be connected from the highway with a maximum distance of 50 kilometers, not more than that. Okay, at least within 50 kilometers from any location, there should be a national highway. Okay, so that aims at what? That finally it aims at improving the transportation and infrastructure facilities in villages and towns. And also, the goal also had expressways that should be constructed on major traffic corridors, why to improve the speedy travel. And emphasis was also given, or more importance were also given for energy conservation, then environmental quality of road and road safety measures. Okay, so this points wherever it's been highlighted, these are the important points. So road density is 82 kilometers per 100 square kilometer. Then the main aim was to improve the transportation facility in villages and towns. How that can be improved? By making sure that any place in the country is being connected to a highway within 50 kilometers. Okay, and then expressways were proposed in any major wherever the traffic congestion was there. So there expressways were proposed. And also energy conservation, then environmental quality of road and road safety measures were also given prime importance. So fourth 20-year road development plan 2001 to 2021. So this plan is also known as Road Development Plan Vision 2021. So here there is no target length for main road. Okay, so here the main concerns taken up in this vision are whatever existing road is there, that has to be maintained. Then construction of village roads should be given more importance and should be promoted. Then the payment should be strengthened by considering what? By considering heavy commercial vehicles. Then the capacity of main highways has to be increased by increasing the number of lanes. So nowadays, you might have seen most of the highways, the lane width has been increased or the highway has been expanded, right? So if you see from Bangalore to Mysore Road, either previously or maybe if you look at 3 years or 4 years back, it was only 2-lane road. 2-lane on, or we can take, sorry, it was 4-lane road. Now you can see 3 lanes on one side and 3 lane on the other side. And some stretches even you can find the lane has been expanded to 4 into 2. Okay, so that increase in capacity of main highway by increasing the lanes rather than having a new highway alignment proposed, the capacity of the existing highways are being increased. Okay, then private sector participation should be encouraged to take they had to be promoted, or they should be encouraged to take up road development by providing them some incentives or some benefits that has been obtained from this. And then you would also seen now most of the highways whatever has been constructed are having the toll plaza. So the road financing should be done by toll plaza. And then how the road infrastructure fund has been mobilized. It has been mobilized by increasing the road fund. So that can be by increasing the increasing the tax on petrol, increasing the tax on vehicles, or increasing the fine, and then having the toll plazas being installed. So these are the main points that you might have also seen when you were traveling through these highways, right? Then again, the more important points that were given consideration was road safety, energy efficiency, then social and environmental implications of road. Okay, so now to develop the rural road network, emphasis was given on what? On preparing or on planning district level master plan. So once a district level master plan is being set, eventually the rural roads will also be developed. Rather than concentrating on state highway and national highway, the major district road or the district roads are being given more importance, such that the rural road networks also get developed. Okay, so these are the main visions of or main concerns taken up by Road Development Plan 2001 to 2021. Okay, so maintenance of the road, then how villages can be connected, or how village roads can be boosted, how the rural road network can be developed, then how road development fund can be generated, then how private sector participation can be grasped more by giving them some incentives. So incentives can be in terms of some MOUs, or in terms of some benefits that they get by maintenance. Okay, then increasing the capacity of existing highways by increasing the lane. So these are the main concerns that were taken up by fourth 20-year road development plan. So just see, so this Nagpur plan is the first road development plan, Bombay plan is the second road development plan, and Lucknow plan is the third road development plan. So you can see for there what was the target and what was being achieved. So for National Highway, you can see it was 33,395, achieved was 22,636. So for each road category, they have what a target road length. So in yesterday's class, we have seen what target road length is. So here in Lucknow plan, the target road per 100 square kilometers was 82 kilometer. Now, based on that, so for 100 square kilometer, if you require 82 kilometer, and then how do you extrapolate? You consider what is the total area that has to be considered or has to be developed, and based on that, the value has been multiplied, and then you get what the target road length. Okay. So state highway, major district road, and rural road. So you can see more importance was always given for rural road, development of rural road. Okay. So next, we have National Highway Development Policy or NHDP. So this is this highway development policy is the largest highway project that has been proposed in the country in a phased manner. That means in a planned manner. So we will see there are 7 different phases or 7 different uh, plans for this project. So 7 different phases means each after phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6, and phase 7. So here, to improve the road network of any country, rapid expansion of right. So whenever there is any rapid expansion of the passengers or goods traffic, what happens? It is important that the road development of the country should be developed. So this expansion of population or expansion of passenger and expansion of goods traffic made the people to think about having National Highway Development Policy come into picture. So the prime focus of NHDP is enhanced safety features, then divided carriageways and service roads, then better riding surface, grade separators. We will see what grade separators are. Then better road geometry. What are the different geometric aspects of any road? What are the different geometric aspects? Anyone? Okay, what are the different geometric aspects of a room? If you are in a room, what are the different geometric aspects in that room? Nitish. Saumya. Sujay.
Area of the room.
Yeah, so what are the different, yeah, area, then?
Then
So to compute
height.
area, obviously you should be getting what? The breadth, the width, and then the height. So for a road, what will be the geometric aspects? What all will be the geometrical points that you have to consider for a road?
Cross section.
Yeah, in cross section, what all you have? Yeah, good. Okay, then cross section because you're just starting to learn the course. Cross section, good. Then
Curves,
Elevation.
yes, then
curves, profiles.
yeah, curve profile. Mainly the length of the curve. Then what is the deflection? Right? Then anyone?
Ma'am, depth.
Yeah, Abdul.
Depth.
Depth, yeah. You don't call it as depth, the thickness, right? So
Width.
rather than thickness, you have, yeah, width. Very good. Width. Then the length. Okay. So these are the main geometrical features. So we will see, how this can be improved. Then overbridges and underpasses. So now you might have seen over the past 2 to 3 years how many overbridges have come up and how many underpasses have come up. What is the use of providing an overbridge, and what is the use of providing an underpass? Or what is the use of providing overbridge and underpass?
Traffic, ma'am.
Yes, Chetan?
To reduce traffic, ma'am.
To reduce traffic. How can it reduce traffic?
Ma'am, like the vehicles will be equally distributed on both sides, ma'am.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. So in Bangalore, those who are from Bangalore or those who are from Karnataka or those who are from any place, you might have seen coming up, there are been overbridges and underpass development, right? More construction of overbridges and underpass are there. And is it been located in any area? Is overbridge and underpass been constructed in any area?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, where should be constructed?
Cities, where
Cities.
population is more.
Where you have more traffic congestion. So in those areas, you will be having overbridge and underpasses. So now that you are 3 years you were there in BMSIT. So can you tell me a locality nearby where you have seen an
Hebbal,
overbridge coming up?
Hebbal.
Ma'am, Dairy Cross near Yelahanka,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Dairy Cross. Hebbal, it was there, right? It was there maybe 15 to 20 years back. Hebbal flyover is there. But recently, you might have seen, yeah, in Dairy Cross. So that has been inaugurated. So there was a lot of congestion in that area because almost 4 to 5 roads are joining in that area, right? And people, if they have to go to Dairy Cross also, they have to go through that congestion. So now traffic has been what? The vehicles are being distributed, right? So that congestion, that bottleneck is being avoided. Then where have you seen this thing overbridge or underpass? Anywhere?
Majestic,
Marathalli,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Majestic, you've seen. Okay, Marthahalli, okay. So if you
BL,
say, then I have to trust. Then
BL Circle.
BL Circle. Okay, so these places, when you have this overbridge and underpass, the traffic gets what? Traffic gets diverted, right? Then next you have better traffic management and noticeable signage. Okay, so that also you might have seen, right? Nowadays you can see people, painting, having placing markings on the road by using paint. These works you are seeing it quite recently. Maybe over the year, if you try to visualize the signage that was being made, then better traffic, the traffic management things that have been done are more. What are the different traffic management uh, concepts that you have seen? What are the different traffic?
Signals.
Yeah, signals, good. Then, very good. Then,
Ma'am, one way.
one way, very good, excellent. Then,
Separate lane for buses.
very good. Then, good. Then, I hope all of you drive, or either you were a passenger, maybe in a two-wheeler or in a four-wheeler. And what are the other different traffic management things that you've seen?
Parking lots, ma'am.
Yeah, parking lots. Then
Humps.
hump, yeah, those are like speed breakers, right? Next you should not say it as hump. These are speed breakers. Okay. And you might have seen most this reflectors you have seen, right? If you look back maybe 5 years back and now you can see more reflectors being placed now. Those are actually useful when you travel at night, right? You can actually see the boundary of the road. You can see the boundary of the lane. Then what are the different traffic management things? Then service road, more service road. Then most of the lane crossings, right? When you're in a two-lane road, what happens is people just go from one lane to another by, in an opposite direction, right? Now, all these lane separations are being blocked, right? Otherwise, what happens is people just, go through these ways and they take wrong direction, which can again cause what? Which can again cause congestions or accidents. So now that you might have observed, right? Even in front of a college, 3 years back, there was no such lane separation. But now you have lane separation. People just cannot take what? The change in direction. But still, you see people coming from Rajan Kunde side, they are really, lazy to travel another 100 meters and then take a turn. But what they do, they directly take wrong direction and then join the college, right? You might have seen and you might have also done that, right? Evening when you have to go back. Either, going from Avlahalli, you just have to take an extra 100 meters or hardly 200 meters. But what people might be doing is they travel in the opposite direction. Do you think that is a good practice? right? So that that lane or the lane change has been obstructed by to avoid congestion in front of the college, right? But then still people do what? They travel in the opposite direction, creating more confusions for the passengers or creating more confusions for pedestrian or for non-motorized vehicle, right? The moment you're taking in the wrong direction, what happens? Any person coming from the cycle or any person who's walking will not be having enough space to walk. Okay, so these things, whatever has been done, has to be followed. So then you have bypasses and wayside amenities. So now also you might have seen more bypasses being proposed, right? So these are the main or are the prime focus of National Highway Development Policy. So is this clear? I hope all the points are being clear here. So NHDP, the plan was to have 49,260 kilometers of road and highway work and construction to boost what? To boost the economic development of the country. And 71 billion USD have been awarded for this project. And NHDP was implemented in 1988 and it has 7 phases. I've told you, right? Phase 1 to phase 7 and is led by NHAI. You know what NHAI is? What is
National
NHAI?
Highway Authority of
National
India.
Highway.
Yeah, very good. National Highway Authority of India. So sorry for the delay. So these are the different phases. Phase 1 to phase 7. Okay. So here in phase 1, it was golden quadrilateral, then east-west and north-south corridors, port connectivity. So the total length was 7,528, 22. And this length completed, this was as on 2018. Okay. Then in phase 2, it was 4 or 6 laning, right? North, south, east, west corridors. Then in phase 3, it was upgradation. Then 4 or 6 laning. We will see again in detail what these are. Then in fourth was 2 laning with paved shoulders. Then in fifth phase, it is 6 laning of golden quadrilateral and high density corridor. Sixth phase was expressways. Seventh phase was ring road bypass, flyovers, and other structures. Okay, so this also we have seen what a golden quadrilateral is. So phase 1, east-west corridor. So 16 stretches. That means from stretches means like if you take point maybe A to B. So if you take Yelahanka to BMSID, that is one stretch. Then maybe Hebbal to Majestic, second stretch. So in that way, 16 stretches were proposed in east-west corridor. And the proposed length was 291 kilometers. And this is the proposed budget. Golden quadrilateral, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, and Delhi. 128 stretches was proposed, 5,847 kilometers. Then north-south corridor was considering from Srinagar to Kanyakumari. So 31 stretches in that 689 kilometers. Then others were port connectivity. So in phase 2, east-west corridor and north-south corridor. So how many stretches and what is the kilometers and what is the proposed budget? In phase 3 was to, I've told you, it is to build 4 to 6 lanes for national highways that have high density corridor between state capitals, then tourist spots and economically important areas. So it was completed in phase 2 part, that is phase 3A and phase 3B. Phase 4 was to upgrade or strengthen the existing highways. That means to strengthen single, intermediate or 2-lane national highways to 2-lane with paved shoulders. You know what shoulders? What are shoulders on any highway? So if you look at any highway or the carriageway, you have two sides wherein pedestrians use, right? So those are shoulders. So to pave these shoulders. So that also you might have seen these works being progress now, right? So it will be paved, so drainage, proper drainage system with slabs, right? So here again, 35 stretches, 4,557 kilometers. So this is the total budget. So in phase 5, phase 4 included 5,700 kilometers of golden quadrilateral. So in phase 5, it was to turn this golden quadrilateral into if the existing lane was 4, it was to be converted to 6 lanes. Phase 6 and phase 7. Phase 6 was to develop expressways to connect major commercial and industrial townships. Then phase 7 was to construct 700 kilometers of ring road, bypass, grade separators, flyovers, then elevated roads, tunnels, road over bridges, underpasses, service roads, etc. And the 2 stretches are under implementation. So this is a quick, a glance on 7 phases of NHDP. So now we will see what PMGSY is. So PMGSY, as Sneha told, it's Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. So the program was accelerated to develop what village roads. Okay, and it was launched by central government in December 2000. So it is to provide village connectivity through all-weather road. So the ministry that is responsible for PMGSY is Ministry of Rural Development. Okay, so they have the responsibility of preparing the master plan, and the master plan has to be prepared by consulting with whom? By consulting with state government. So this is to provide all unconnected habitations having a population of 500 and above with all-weather road. So all-weather road means what might be all-weather road? So in the first class we have seen what earth roads were, right? So that cannot be used for all the weather. So road connectivity should be there by considering all the weather. Okay. So we will see quickly glance through the website. So I hope you can see the web page. So this is the opening page of on the launching page of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. So here you can see number of works that has been cleared, what is the new connectivity work, then how many upgradation works are going on, how much works have been completed. So if you click on this, you can see here, right? So what is the project? So here I've given status Karnataka. I've given Bangalore. I'll give Bangalore urban here. Okay. So you can see what is what are the habitations with the population range. So how many total number of habitations having 1,000 plus. So these, and here again you can see phase-wise project completion. So all the details have been given here, which was the department that was carrying out the project. Then who was the principal technical agency? It was College of Engineering, Bangalore University for the stretch. Then you have name of financial controller, who was a financial controller. Then who was a technical agency. So all the things that are related to the project. So here even bank account numbers are also given where the program fund was there. Then for any program you have the administrative expenses and then the maintenance fund. So every other details for this project is being given. So from 2000 to 2014 they have given the details. What is the total value of the project and total value of road. So everything sanctioned, how much is completed and what was the expenditure. Okay. So we will see. So here you can again see, you can download the mobile app to post your feedback on the move. Okay, when you have and you find, so you can see that. So here again you can see from 2000 to 2020, right? So 2000 it was started with 30,424 kilometers. So now you have 7,16,948 kilometers. Okay. So here, if you look into this chart, you can understand what are the different projects that have been undertaken by PMGSY and what is the current status. Okay. So next is, yeah. So this is a quick glance on the kilometers that was there from 2013 to 14 and now in 2017. So next we have Karnataka State Highway Improvement Project, that is KSHIP. So it is an initiative of Public Works Department of Government of Karnataka for improving the road network, and this has been done with the assistance of World Bank. So we will quickly see their website as well. So I hope you can see. So here, let's see what are the current. So in case the HIP phase 1 on the past works, you can see what all were the projects. So we'll see the latest cases HIP 3. Okay. So this has been developed. So you can see which are the projects that's been done from Bagalkot to Honali, Shimoga, Bhadravati, Chikmagalur, Belur, Hassan, then up to Tamil Nadu border, Salem, 683 kilometers. Then corridor number 7, Kerala border, Virajpeta, Madikeri, Dharwad, up to MH border, Miraj, Maharashtra border, you have 673 kilometers. Then from Andhra Pradesh border, then Bijapur, Dharwad, Karwar, 672 kilometers. Then from Kumta, Sirsi, and up to Andhra Pradesh border, 296 kilometers. So you can just glance through what are the different projects, then see what all where the roads that is being developed. Okay. So next we again have Karnataka Road Development Corporation, that is KRDCL. So KRDCL again was incorporated in 1991. Okay, and this is also owned by government of Karnataka. So this company, it's a public company. It comes under Public Works, Ports and Inland Water Transport Department. So the company was established to promote the surface infrastructure by taking up road works, bridges, etc. Okay, so here again you can see what are the different projects that has been taken. So project 1, package 1, package 2, package 3. So here again you can see what is the traffic report study that they have done. Then what is the material report. I'll just quickly show you the So you can see what are different surrounding roads, sorry, Bangalore surrounding roads that was being developed. So here the contractor that was been assigned is also given. So the start date and the stipulated completion date. So you can just check for the project here and you can see what is the current status of the project. So here, this was the traffic study report that was done by AFCOM Asia. So here you can, this will be an interesting study for you to see. So here, what was the population trend in Bangalore from 1999 to 2014? Okay, so you can see how dense the population is. Then how is the increase in population from 1991 to 2001? So this was a population study or the traffic study that they had conducted before for the proposal of new project. So what kind of pattern development is this? Can anyone tell me what is this road pattern? Is this rectangular pattern?
Hexagon.
It is?
Hexagon.
No, it's not hexagonal pattern.
Radial.
It is? Yeah, what pattern is this?
Radial star, ma'am.
Very good. It is radial or star. Radial or star is the same. And then what? Is it grid, rectangular, or circle? So in radial or star means from the central business area, you have the radial roads or the star-like pattern, right? It's either radial or star. Then is it rectangular? Is it grid or is it circle?
Grid, ma'am.
It is?
Grid.
It is grid. For me, it looks more like concentric circles.
Circular.
Right. Okay. So this is the typical. So here you can see what are the existing road network. Then see here. Here you can clearly see. Right. So it's the existing road network of Bangalore. So then what is the growth of motor vehicles in Bangalore over the years? So from 1990 to 2002. Right. So then what is the characteristics of public transport and the operations? So in this, you can see what are the typical studies that they have done. And here now you can see what is the material report. So in the material report, so this will be more important when we, go through module 3. So here, how the payment is being constructed. So what is the quality of material that had come up to. So these are the studies that they have done. Okay, so these report will be, so say how they have studied the payment condition survey, then payment condition. So here how many, so if I zoom this, so here from ST Mall to Makery Circle, what is the percentage of potholes, cracks, then patching, revealing, settlement or upheaval, rutting, fair condition. So 94% of the road from ST Mall to Makery Circle was having what fair condition. Then almost, so they claim that there are no potholes. So here again, 95% of the road is fair condition. So this is in north-south right carriageway, and this was north-south left carriageway. So these are the several projects, sorry, the material study that they have conducted. Okay, so we will go in more details on material study when we discuss module 3. Yeah, so now to have a quick summary of today's class, we have seen the salient features of third and fourth 20-year road development plan. Then the present scenario of road development in India that via NHDP and PMGSY, and also present scenario of road development in Karnataka via KSHIP and KRDCL. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, we will be discussing in more detail on highway alignment. So last class, we have already seen what highway alignment is and what ideal alignment is. So I will not be repeating it for module 1C, that is the third part of module 1, but we will see what are the different surveys that has to be done, what is engineering survey, what is recognizing survey, then how map study should be done, then what are the different type of maps, etc. Okay, So tomorrow, second hour will be highway engineering.